Welcome to my channel. This is Inky. To all my existing and intending subscribers, I welcome you to this channel. Feel free, if you have not subscribed to this channel, to subscribe today, as lots of videos, interesting videos, are waiting you in this channel. So thank you. In today's tutorial, we shall be discussing on tips you need if you want to make a perfect corset. A perfect overbust corset. So the underbust is for snatching waist. When you talk about underbust corset, is for snatching your waist, but the overbust is all about this area. So I will be teaching you tips you need to know when you are making your overbust corset, and also how to avoid a flat cup area, how to allocate that on your cups, and the size of cup that you need when you want to make an overbust corset. The last one is common mistakes in making an overbust corset dress. I believe you're going to enjoy this video. So let's get started. If you want to make an overbust corset, get the correct cup size. For example, if you're using bust 36, get 38. Let your cup size be 2 inches more than your actual bust size. The reason is for you to be able to hold your dart on your cups, and it will make your cup to be able to accommodate your bust, and the construction will be roundish and so perfect. So you can see I have a bra iron here. If you can get one, it is very essential. So, and also the next is how to draft your pattern. While you're drafting your pattern, use your exact nipple to nipple measurement. So my nipple to nipple here is 8. I divided by 2 and I have 4, and I input it exactly here. I didn't add any allowance right here, just to prevent confusion. So after you have drafted your pattern, you can be adding all the allowances around the cup area. So this is the center line, the center front. The center front must not be more than 1 inch while you're drafting. Then come up by ½ inch on the underbust. So after you have done that, you will link the points, the 2 points, with your French cuff like so. Link the 2 points with your French cuff like so. So having done that, you come to the side, the bust side, the side where the bust is fuller. Don't forget to add your 1 inch allowance or 3/4 thereabout. Is okay. Add it to it because the bust is fuller here. Don't forget to do that. If you get your pattern drafting well, you'll be able to get the cup construction well. Also, don't forget to label. The reason why labeling is good is because after cutting there won't be mix up. There won't be a mix up after cutting, because those sides can easily get mixed up. So if you label well, you'll be able to do that. And also, wherever you have dart, don't forget to input your dart intake. Like here on the upper chest, I have like 1 inch dart intake. Replace the dart. Anywhere there is dart, make sure you replace the dart while you want to input your measurement. So here, this is my C and D. I have my C and D. I put a red mark. Put a sign on your C and D while you are joining together, so that the sides will not be mixed up together. So this is the joining side. It must come together like this. That's why I put the red mark on it. Also, make sure you take the measurement of your AB. Take the measurement of the one, especially when you are doing a tight kind of cup that has panels. The panels, their length must be equal to each other, because at the end you are still going to join the panels to each other. So that you won't be, the one will not be shorter than the other. I hope you get that. I will explain more when we get to the joining part. So I'm going to add allowance around my C and D, and I also added allowance around my A and B. So I had ½ inch allowance around it to cut a new pattern. Don't forget to add allowance around your C and D. So having done that, I'm talking about this while you're making a paneled cup. So even if it's a single panel that you use for your C and D, add ½ inch allowance around it, so that you won't be short of allowance. This serves as your sewing allowance. So you now label it as your new C and D, and that's the pattern you're going to be using while you want to cut your main fabric. So I will be doing this right now. I'll be cutting this out right now. So this will serve as my new C and D. You can still see that I still have the mark of the joining on the C and D because it looks like a triangle. The three sides are equal. So here, make sure you add your allowance. The joining allowance to the panels also is very essential here. So I'm trying to add the 1/2 inch joining allowance at this point. Add it round where the cup will be fixed. You need an allowance there. So I have added allowance to the side, so I don't need allowance to the side anymore. So don't forget, anywhere you need to add allowance, make sure you add allowance so that you won't be short of space to do your construction. So I'll be cutting it out carefully with the 1/2 inch allowance that I input here. You can see the way I cut it out. So cut your fabric carefully. So adding the 1/2 inch allowance at this point. So the next is the cup. This is my cup. The cup is bigger than the bust because I'll be holding that on the cup. So just fold into two like so, into two equal half like so. Then start from the downside. This is the part that will be resting on the under bust. So mark 1/2 inch, then let it point towards the breast point. Before you get to the breast point, 1 inch before the breast point, let the dart stop there. So since the difference between my under bust and bust is 4 inches, so I input 3 inches here. So just input 3 inches. If the difference between your breast point and your under bust is 4 inches, input 3 inches here. If it is 5, input 4 here. So and I think 3 inches will work for anybody. So I just input 3 inches here. Then I will just hold the dart down. I will explain more when we get to the sewing machine also. At this point I will be explaining more on this, how to hold this dart. So holding your dart is very, very essential. And here I told you, if you can get a bra iron, is very, very good. It will hold your bust area well, and it will make the construction better. So this is my A and B. So I've added allowance around the A and B, and also I'll be joining it to the C and D this way. So the reason why I said the length must be equal is here you want to join the panels together. So one must not be shorter than the other at this point. So make sure you cross check. If they are not of the same length at this joining area, make sure they are of the same length. You can recut. At this point. This is mistake some people make. They cut the cup panels some people cut is very small, smaller than their bust area, and at the end of the day the bust area will be looking messed up and funny. So if you can get the cups, the panels right, the cutting of the panels right, the cup size will be very, very okay. So I just marked 1/2 inch on both sides and hold the dart like so from the under bust through to the breast point. So as you can see now, after holding the dart, I have a roundish cup, a cup that can accommodate the bust well and can make the bust look fuller. So I'll be right back. I'm going on a short break right now.
Do you desire to be a professional fashion designer in just a few weeks? Then what are you waiting for? Enroll at Yinki Couture Academy today. Our online, offline, and physical trainings are open in the following classes: advanced class for 4 weeks, intermediary class 8 weeks, and beginner class for 20 weeks. For inquiries, please call 0805 7944477 or 0903 218 4192. You can equally connect to us on our various social media platforms at Yinky Couture. Yinky Couture, home of dressmaking techniques.
Welcome back. So after constructing panels, the next thing is to input the bra iron. So you can get this bra iron at any fabric or any store selling tailoring materials. Like in Nigeria, you can get it in all these local markets where they sell materials. So input your bra iron here, and the next thing is to place your cup. So as I'm placing my cup, you can see the sides cannot fit in. It's as if the sides is bigger than the cup size, and you know the reason why, because I actually bought a cup that is larger than my bust size. So I will need to trim the sides to be able to fit in. So trim the sides here. You are going to trim on both sides to be able to fit into where you created for the cup. So after I have done that, I will place it back. Then I can see it can stay in right now. So having done that, you're going to get your gum, the fabric gum. You're going to get the fabric gum, and you can see this is how it will be. Place it like so. You can see it's forming and it look nice already even before constructing it. So that's how it will look. That's how it must be. That's how your bust area must be. It must look full. Even if you don't have a bigger bust, you can create it for yourself. That's the essence of making a corset. So make sure you put your fabric gum before tacking with needle and thread. So apply your gum like so. So this type of gum can also be gotten from your fabric store, from stores where they sell fabrics. You can get it there. So apply your gum on both sides. Put enough gum. The essence of putting this gum is to prevent your cup from shifting to and fro. So just after you have your fabric gum, you can tack it with your needle and thread, and this is what we have. You can see how beautiful the cup area is, how beautiful and neat the cup area is. So if you follow this process, we are going to achieve the same result. So follow this process step by step. Then all the tips I've given you about how to avoid those mistakes, follow it, and we are going to achieve the same result. So I'll be waiting in the comment section for all your questions. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please encourage us by doing so. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.